The leader of your party, former President Trump, in the last few days, not only called his political opponents the enemy from within, he suggested he would like to use the National Guard or the military on them. Let's play a clip of what he said.
We have some very bad people. We have some sick people, radical left lunatics. And I think they're and it should be very easily handled by, if necessary, by National Guard, or if really necessary, by the military.
Now, he went on to talk about Congressman Adam Schiff as one of these lunatics, in his view. Today at the Fox Town Hall, he talked about the Pelosi's. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I think it's kind of taken a little bit out of context of some degree, but when you start talking about the enemy of the state, remember, after January 6th and prior to January 6th, you heard domestic terrorism used over and over again by the FBI and other intelligence agencies, and they specifically targeted Republicans at the time. I'm not saying we should do tit for tat at all. That is not what should happen. But we do need to be looking at who's trying to destroy our American system, who's trying to destroy the democracy that we have, and take a very, very, very hard look at it. Going after political opponents, we're too good of a country to do that, Jake. But at the same time, we can't be weaponizing our U.S. government against individuals. And we know that the left has done that. We've seen what they've done to President Trump. We've seen what they did after January 6th, and it hasn't slowed down. We need to stop this and say, listen, we agree to disagree on certain issues. Jake, you and I agree and disagree on some issues too. But I'm not going after you and you're not going after me. We can sit down and have a cordial conversation. That's where the American politics need to go all together.
What do you mean the FBI, that you take issue with what they did after January 6th? I mean, the FBI was investigating people that broke the law and broke into the Capitol and committed acts of violence and tried to stop the constitutionally mandated electoral count. You're not talking about the criminals that did that.
No, I'm talking about defining a whole group of individuals as domestic terrorism and going just directly to them, researching individuals by looking at their phones, where they were at in the proximity of it, and then researching them, going into them, weaponizing the IRS to go after business owners or people that might have been associated with them or businesses that were associated by them. And this is, I'm not making this stuff up, Jake. You know this to be factual. And so what I'm sitting there saying is that why are we doing this? Why are we going after each other that we agree to disagree with? But when one side has weaponized the political system and the government to go after a group of individuals like they have, and Republicans with the Democrats going after President Trump and nonstop going after him, it does say, okay, when do we say enough is enough? And I would hope after November 5th that we can say enough is enough. But here's what I'm afraid is going to what's going to happen November 5th. If the Republicans win, the Democrats are going to cry, he's an illegitimate president like they did in 2016, and they're going to continue to try to go after him and impeach him and say the election wasn't fair. Vice versa, if the Republicans were to lose and God forbid Kamala gets elected, then we'll probably hear the same thing from the right too. And so what I'm saying is, like, after the election, November 5th, let's just try as a country to put the country first rather than putting party politics first. I'm so tired of party politics because we're ruining the great country that's given all of us a tremendous opportunity and a place to live.